This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. This is the Preston Indians. As we welcome you here, it may be a polar vortex outside, but inside here at the gym at Minico High School, it is going to be hot, it's going to be ruckus, and it's going to be loud as we welcome you in as the Preston Indians hit the road tonight, come here to Minico to take on the Spartans. As Ron Smaley joins me on the broadcast tonight. Ron, for the Indians, they come in at 16-2 overall, 8-2, and coming off what was a very tough game the other night at Century.
It was, and you know, like we talked about the other night, sometimes a loss can come at a good time, an opportune time that can wake the team up and maybe have them feel a little bit hungrier. And as Preston fans tonight, we sure hope that that's what happens tonight, that Preston comes out aggressive and hungry and wants to take it to Minico. Minico has really more pressure on them tonight if you think about it. We already beat them on our home court. Now they're trying to do the same thing.
Yep. That game at Century was a 52-44 final. The Diamondbacks were very physical inside. They held Ty Hyde to a season-low 3 points. Cooper Hobson had 15 to lead the team. Luke Smaley chipped in with 9. The loss was costly for the Indians. It dropped them from first in the Great Basin standings all the way down to third. It also dropped them from first to third in both the media and the coaches poll. However, they still lead the conference in scoring, even though the last two games were very off scoring-wise. Preston still averages 62.9 points a game. For Minico, they come in 15-2, 8-1 in conference. They've won 3 straight since that game at Preston. They beat 5A Highland 52-49 on Friday night. They claimed the top spot in both polls and in the Great Basin standings as well with their 3 straight wins. You know, this is not an easy team to deal with. They have a lot of length, they have a lot of size, and they all like to step outside and shoot.
They're a lot like us. I mean, really, we match up good with them, and that's why you had a 4 overtime game in the first game. And you know, it'll be fun tonight to see what happens. I think for Preston, definitely key is they've got to work the ball inside and try to get their bigs in foul trouble, and they're going to try to get Ty in foul trouble. And you know, we were commenting before the game with some of the players' dads over there and whatnot that Preston hasn't had a complete game in quite a while.
Right.
And that we're due for just a complete game when all cylinders are going. And so obviously we would hope for that tonight against Preston, or for Preston.
Well, we'll certainly hope for that indeed, as it promises to be a great game. Well, not only keep an eye on this one for you, we'll also keep an eye on what's happening at the Spectrum over in Logan tonight, as Utah State is playing host to San Jose State, and halfway through the first half, the Aggies are on top 19-16. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll spend a few minutes with Coach Tyler Jones. We'll do all that as we continue on the pregame show after this on mylocalradio.com.
I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston. Behind
behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back to the Indian pregame show. Spent a couple of minutes with Tyler Jones before this game in Minico here tonight. You look back at that game the other night back in Century. It was a very tough game, both physically and emotionally.
Yeah, it's tough. You hate to lose games, especially conference games. And, we got all those teams at our court in Preston first. And late in the year here, we have to go back and go to those gyms. And it's tough. And all year we've talked about, you got to be better on the road. You've got to come prepared. You've got to get a good start. And you've got to really bring your A game to go in. As we know, our league is loaded this year with, 4 of the top teams in the state. And there's no gimmies. And the other night we didn't get a good start. We struggled. And we've got to be better tonight.
I think probably the last thing you expected was to have all those fouls in the first minute of the game.
Yeah, and we got to be smarter than that, too. Once you get your first one, you got to back off a little bit, you got to play through it, and other people have got to step up, but we've got to be smart not to put ourselves in those situations.
Last couple of games, we've seen the defense really pack it in inside against Ty. How do you combat that?
Yeah, the last couple teams that they've completely tried to take him away. So, a couple of things we've got to be creative. We've got to get him good shots, and when he does, he's got to be able to finish. And other people have got to step up too. If they're double teaming one guy, it means somebody else is open, and we've got to have everybody step up, not just one guy. And if others hit shots, then they have to come out and guard you, and then it's easier to get him the ball as well. So we've got to. And also, one other thing, if we can get out in transition, that helps too. If you can go out and get some easy buckets, then you don't have to go against the defense. So we got to do a few things better.
I was just about to say that. It seemed like Century really took that running part of your offense away.
Yeah, and all season we're one of the higher scoring teams, so we like to get out and run, and that's one of our strengths. And tonight, I think both teams like to play up tempo, and hopefully we can get some of those runouts to get us going.
So you get Minico. Obviously, everybody remembers the 4 overtime game. I was thinking about that game and what we talked about before that game on the way over here today, and it was interesting that you talked about the battle inside between the two big men. In the end, really the two big men didn't have anything to do with it because they sat on the bench most of the overtime periods.
Yeah, and tonight, this is one of the tougher venues you go to. This is a tough place to play, and I think both bigs are going to be a key tonight, kind of even each other out back at home, but they shoot the ball so well also that I think the one thing back home that hurt us that night was offensive rebounds. We gave up a ton of second chance opportunities, and we've got to hold them to one shot tonight and rebound. I think that's going to be a huge stat.
Before that game, you also talked about their tendency to love the outside shot. All 5 starters will step out and shoot. It didn't seem like they shot that well from the perimeter the other night.
Yeah, and most teams shoot better at home where they're more comfortable. So, again, they're going to shoot them, and hopefully, they're going to make runs. They're going to hit some, but we got to try to contest those shots, not give them easy looks, and then normally on a long shot, it's going to be a long rebound. So we've got to get it and, again, try to get out in transition.
This is an interesting little gym, small little bandbox, double-decked all the way around. This place probably going to be rocking tonight.
Yeah, and, they're the number 1 team right now in the conference. They're ranked number 1, so they're going to have a good following. Also, they remember that game in Preston, and I'm sure it's going to be packed and wild. And we've got to learn to do that. You get into the district tournament, state tournament, you got to play on the road, and you're going to be in tough venues, and you can't be scared. You can't be intimidated. You got to come out and you got to play.
I guess that's really the big important lesson to learn over the last couple of games is not every game is playing on your own floor.
Yep. And, we got a lot at stake tonight. If we drop many more here, we're going to be on the road for the district tournament. So, a huge game tonight. We got to give it all we've got. We've got to come out guns a-blazing, and I think the start's going to be huge. If we can get a good start and settle in, I think we'll be in for a good fight tonight with them. But if we don't, we're going to have to dig, and So I think that start's going to be huge.
Good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you.
That's Coach Tyler Jones, back with more of the pregame show right after this on mylocalradio.com.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations. Other games tonight involving teams around the Great Basin 10. Wood River is at Canyon Ridge. Century will be at Highland. Burley on the road at Pocatello. And Jerome goes to Twin Falls. Stay tuned. The opening tap, starting lineups all on the way. It's all next right here on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. We welcome you back inside here at Minico Gym. It's the Preston Indians against the Minico Spartans. Glad to have you along with us. Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley here tonight from Minico. And before we go any further and get to the starting lineups, here from Minico, here is our national anthem. Everybody remembers, Ron, the last time these two teams got together, it was a 4-overtime marathon at Preston Gym.
It was a battle. It was, they say a game you'll never forget. That game had a lot of elements where you thought one team was going to win for sure, and then you thought the other team would, and great high school basketball game. Really entertaining.
Like we mentioned to Coach Jones in the pregame show, he thought the big men inside were going to be the deciding factor in the game. They both fouled out and sat out most of the overtime.
Yeah, they were gone, I think, at least the second or the third and the fourth overtime, and maybe the second one too. But, yeah, that was a fun game, and I think we'll have another fun one tonight.
Yep, exactly. Here's the starters. First for Preston, Ty Hyde, who had 17 in that game against Minico, however, only had 3, a season low, in the game against Cincinnati. Cooper Hobson led the team in scoring against Century. He finished the game with 15. Scott Dunn will get a start tonight as well, 6'2 junior. Luke Smaley, who had 9 points, but really may have played one of his better games in that game against Century and certainly against Minico, where he had 20. And finally, Riley Parker, the 6'3 senior, gets a start tonight as well. Preston comes in 16-2, 7-2. In the Great Basin Conference. Time to meet the starters now for the Minico Spartans at 15-2, 8-1 overall. Top ranked in the conference in both the coaches and in the media poll. Here are the starters for the Spartans. Abe Guzman, they call him AB, a 5'9 senior, will get a start tonight. Kason Carpenter, a 6'5 junior, a good shooter from the outside, will start tonight as well. As Kobe Madsen, the 6'8 senior inside. Don't get fooled by his size. He likes to step outside and shoot as well.
Yep.
Braylon Chandler, a 5'10 junior, starts. He's the point guard, very quick, loves to push the ball. And Connor Stocking will get a start tonight as well. He is a 6'4 junior. Time to play basketball here from Minico Gym, as the PA announcer doing a good job to get the crowd jacked up. Right off the bat, I'm a little surprised. A lot of fans here, but the band isn't here.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not, but you kind of miss it when the bands aren't at games. It kind of adds a little element that's nice.
We were here for the girls' game a couple of weeks ago. I really liked the band. They were playing classic rock.
Really?
When they broke into Bohemian Rhapsody before the game, I went, okay,
there you go.
I can live with this band.
Yeah, there you
Here
go.
we go. Matson against Ty Hyde, and Ty wins the opening tap, wins it backwards, and ends up in the hands of Luke Staley. Comes around back to Luke, free throw line extended right. As Hyde cuts through, Luke brings it back up top. He wants Luke now to come up to the right elbow, a little bit higher than that, brings Matson away from the basket. Back over to Luke on the left side. Out top, it comes back to Hobson. Cooper drives, goes around the man, tipped in by Hyde.
Great job by Ty Hyde to follow and crash the board and get the putback.
Here's Guzman on the left side. Matson pops way out away from the basket, puts the ball to the dribble, hands it to Chandler, kicks it back to Guzman. AB at the right elbow doesn't take the shot. Back to Matson, one bounce dribble. He'll terminate it, now give it back to Guzman. Guzman goes baseline on Hobson, lay it up and in.
Yeah, the smaller guard just was able to get past Cooper and used his body to shield Cooper from him.
So a 2-2 tie here in the first minute. Parker wants a three. Won't take it, won't get it, as Matson has the rebound. The big man pushes up into the front court. Goes to Chandler, now back to Matson, looks at a three, good.
Yeah, Preston's got to be careful, like Coach Jones says. We can't let them get off to a quick start.
5-2. Minico on top here on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Whoops, look out. Luke runs into a man. They take the ball away. Then good hands by Luke to take it back. Up into the front court, 2-on-1 all the way. It blows the layup, but there's Hyde for the putback.
Yeah, Don almost just kind of threw it up to Ty off the backboard and said, you finish it.
So 5-4. Here comes Guzman back up into the front 47 feet. Gives it back to Matson at the left elbow. Wants to turn now and face up on Ty. Over in the corner, it goes to Guzman. Guzman will kick it back out. He'll take another three. That's no good. Long rebound comes off to Riley Parker. Gives it to Smaley as they run up into the front court. Look underneath, nothing there, so they give it back to Parker. Now back to Guzman. Coach Jones says, we'll run the fist play here. As inside, nice pass inside to Parker. Gets a little contact in the little operating room. Then he can't get the layup to go down for him.
It's too bad. He had really good position.
Stocking in the front court, drives baseline, throws it away, gives it to Dunn. Scotty's going to push. The defenders are back, so they'll set up the offense. They give it back to Smaley. Dunn cuts through. Now goes to the right corner where he gets the pass. Snap pass underneath goes to Hyde. Little turnaround jumper. No good. Short, in fact. Parker with the rebound. Put back goes down, comes out. Hyde has the rebound again and puts it back in.
Hey, Ty Hyde's made 3 good putbacks so far today, Dan, and that's been the difference. And Riley Parker's doing a good job, but he's got to go a little softer off the glass.
Ty has all 6 points. Hobson takes it away. Here comes Cooper. Lay it up and in.
Great steal by Cooper. Great job. Keep it up.
8-5. The Indians now on top. 5:45 to play here in quarter number 1 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as we greet you tonight from Minico. Carpenter lobs it inside to Matson. Reverse layup gets it to go down.
Yeah, he did a good job to catch that pass. It looked like it was going to go off his hands for a minute, but he got it in.
That's the battle of the big men that Jones was looking for last time.
Yeah.
As between them, they have 11 of the 16 points, and Ty has 2 more.
Great pass and a great finish by Ty. He's got a real soft touch. He's doing good tonight.
Ty with 8 of the 10 points so far here in the first quarter for the Indians. Stocking comes up to meet it, gives it off to Matson. Little shimmy shake, flips it over on the side as it goes there to Chandler. His three-pointer is no good. Rebound comes off. Here comes the Indians, 2-on-1, and nice run out by Stocking to get back on defense. Matson against Hyde, and a whistle. The first one of the game is going to go against Smaley.
Yeah, he reached in and kind of got him. Ty did a good job to stop the ball, and then Luke got caught reaching.
We went 4 minutes and 15 seconds without a whistle.
Yeah, that makes for a fast quarter.
Kason Carpenter will bring it in from underneath his own basket. Get it into Madsen all the way back outside the three-point line. Gets caught up in the air, has to flip it over to Dylan Ball just into the game. Back to Carpenter. Chandler back out top to A.B. Guzman. Not Abe, he wants to be called A.B., so A.B. it is. Ball drives, lays it off to Madsen, lay it up and in.
Yeah, he did a good job drawing the defense and a good pass.
That's exactly what Preston should have done last week at Century.
Yeah.
That little drive-in kick. Smaley gives it off to Hyde. Ty's got a free walk to the bucket, but he's fouled.
Yeah, Ty and Luke ought to be able to do that little pick and roll quite a bit tonight. They're gonna overplay Luke high on that, and so Ty should be able to be open to cut back like that.
Ty's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Free throw shooting was just one of a number of things that were wrong at Century the other night. They were only 11 of 23 from the free throw line, and Ty was 1 out of 6.
Well, there's a good sign.
Makes the first, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'd like those to go down.
Over the last 8 games, however, the Indians are still only shooting 63%. 139 of the last 218. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Madsen up high to grab the rebound.
It's like Garrett Ward's checked into the game.
Ward is in to come in as he normally does about this time to replace Riley Parker.
Downtown. Jeez.
Three-pointer put up by Carpenter is no good. Hobson has the rebound, gives it off up in the front court, but ends up in the hands of Ward over to the left corner. Smaley lays it off, and Hyde gets the easy layup.
Great job by Luke to draw it in and kick it to Ty. I think that's 10 points for Ty now.
11.
That's what we need. Just keep rolling.
Get it up into the front court. It goes to Guzman. Now down into the corner to Ball. Back to Guzman. Lob it inside to get it to Madsen in the paint. And the little 12-foot jumper is good.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. You get him in that close, and he's gonna make that.
Smaley gives it over to Hobson. Now they get it inside to Hyde. Down on the left block. Kick it back out to Dunn. Down the middle, Scotty drives, hangs, has it blocked. Not sure if it was Carpenter or Madsen, but here come the Spartans the other way. And he has it stripped away, but a foul.
Yeah, they're going to get Garrett Ward for the reach-in on that. And I think, is it down or, yeah, it should be down. It wasn't on the shot. So Minico will get the ball into their basket.
2:07 to play. Preston up 2, 13-11 here in the first quarter. Ball gets lost underneath.
Yeah.
Laid up and in, tie the game.
We just lost him on defense. That was an error.
He got a good position inside of Hobson right underneath the basket. There's nothing Cooper could do. Hobson has it in the right corner. Tried to get it down low. Ball was late getting there. Ty has it, saves it on the floor. It goes to Dunn. Scoop shot is in.
Yeah, Preston's got to be careful to telegraph those passes into Ty because Minico's looking for that.
Chandler, Guzman in the left corner. Down low on the block, it goes there. Now kick it back out. Ooh, right through Luke's hands. Ends up in the hand of Chandler again. Back out top to Guzman. One bounce dribble. Looks at a 3. Good.
It doesn't take him much to get a look, and AB made us pay on that with a good 3.
Minico has a 1-point lead now at 16-15. 1:10 to play here in the first quarter. Smaley in the corner. Back out to Ward. Kick it to Dunn. A 3 of his own. Long. In fact, it's an air ball. Taken away there. Chandler's going to push ahead. Slam dunk. Carpenter.
Coach Jones is just saying, hey, let's calm down. Let's try to get one last shot here before the end of the quarter.
50 seconds to play in the quarter. Swing it back around up to Hobson. Hobson's looking for somebody to give it to. AB takes it away. Lay it up and blows the layup. Luckily, that wasn't goaltending on Hobson as he slapped the backboard with the ball in the rim. Lay it off, Smaley.
Oh, no.
Blocking.
Oh, good. I thought they were going to call offensive. It looked like they were going to. So that'll be a blocking foul, so we'll get 2 shots out of that.
That's going to go on Ball. That's his second. Team's second. And Smaley's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Looks like Tyler Parker's going to check in, maybe for Cooper Hobson.
Get him a little bit of an extra rest with 30 seconds to play in the quarter. So here's Luke at the line. First one is good. It seems kind of funny to say that Luke was one of the better free throw shooters the other night, even though he only made 2 out of 6.
Yeah, that's 33% is not a good percentage to be one of the better ones.
The best one on the team at Century in the loss was Hobson. He was 4 out of 4 as he makes them both. First 2 points of the game for Luke. 1 point game with 25 seconds to play here in the first. Spartans will hang on to it, look for the last shot. As Guzman will bring it back out to the top of the key. Hangs on to it, just holding one finger in the air, just telling everybody, oh, we're just take one shot here.
Yep.
See if we make it. Guzman kicks it back. Three-pointer, nope. He steps inside, takes it 2. He pulled it down, or if Ty blocked it, it goes to Smaley, and the shot's going to end up being short. And the first quarter will end with a 1 point lead for Minico. They lead it 18-17. Back to the second after this on mylocalradio.com.
Refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back. We head to the second quarter. Preston trailing by a point here tonight. After 18-17, Minico with the lead and the ball to start the second quarter.
I think Preston's got to be happy with the way they came out. They came out with energy, and in an environment like this, a pretty good start.
Absolutely. Down on the block, Carpenter kicks it back out as it comes to
good
Madsen.
block.
And I got a piece of it.
Wow.
Called for a foul.
It was all ball. The other two refs saw it, and the guy on the far side called the foul. That was.
That's Ty's first. 3 on Preston as a team. 2 on Minico after the first quarter. And Kobe Madsen at the line to shoot 2 as he makes the first.
It's always bothersome when the two refs right there don't call it and the one on the far side does.
Yeah. Madsen had 22 points for Minico before he fouled out of that game, the 4 overtime game. Dunn, three-pointer, no. Ty inside has the rebound with Madsen way away from the basket. Nobody can compete with Ty.
Ty's got a real physical advantage over those bigs, too. He's a lot stronger than them, and we need to keep going at that like we have been.
That's 13 in the first half for Ty, and we're even at 19. Backdoor pass goes to Chandler, and Chandler's foul going up.
Well, they called that on Luke. That's his second foul. That's not good. Oh. Luke will have to come out. Cooper Hobson will replace him.
Hobson's going to come back in. Garrett Ward already on the floor will take over and run the offense. First one for Chandler is good. Chandler will now get the second. Made them both. Back to a 2-point lead again as Chandler has his first 2 points of the game. Get it to Hyde at midcourt. Give it off to Ward. Snap pass to over on the left side. Now down low. Backdoor pass to Dunn is good.
Hey, some great passing there by Preston. Good find by Tyler Parker.
It was a good look indeed.
Yeah.
Guzman goes around the screen. A little pick and roll. Can't get it to him. Drives all the way. Layup won't go down for him. Bounces around.
Wow.
Goes to Betcher as it went off somebody's shoulder.
Fortunate bounce for Minico there.
Philip Betcher onto the scoreboard. Has his first 2 points. Back to a 2-point lead again for Minico. 23-21 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Hobson looks at a 3. Good.
Yeah, we need some of that. We need some of that. Great job, Cooper.
Nothing but net.
Yeah.
So Minico will take their time, walk it up into the front court, listen to the instructions of Coach Ty Shippen on the way up into the front half. As taking it down into the corner was Chandler. They'll whip it all the way back around, back to Dakota Durfee just into the game. Back to Guzman in the corner. That's short, and the long rebound comes off, controlled by Ward, as Garrett will bring it up into the front court.
That was a good hustle play by Cooper Hobson to tip that to Garrett.
Look inside, can't get it anywhere. Now Ty pops out near the three-point line to receive the pass. Hobson and Ward switch. He's got another three. That one's no good. Rebound inside. Nice position inside by Durfee. He gives it off. Chandler runs it back up into the front court. Crossover dribble all the way.
Oh, good block.
Blocked by Ward. Nodding. Blocked it out of bounds.
Great job by Garrett to block that. That was an excellent defensive play.
Kason Carpenter comes back, as does Connor Stocking. Raylan Chandler will leave. And Kobe Matson's going to go out here as well with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the first half. Look inside, Guzman on the block. What's he doing down there? Littlest guy on the floor down there amongst the trees and didn't stand a chance. Hobson has it in the corner. Down on the block, it goes to Hyde. Give it back to Ward. Throw it up and in.
Great job. Great find by Ty Hyde to get Garrett open.
3-point lead for the Indians. 5:20 to play.
This is a time, Dan, when Preston has an opportunity to keep going into tie with Matson out.
He has a 2-inch advantage on Stocking. Whip it around the outside. Comes back to Guzman. Now back to Carpenter, drives all the way. That's they can call it blocking foul on the floor.
Yeah, they cut Scotty on the drive.
That's kind of cheap.
Yeah, that's just his first.
That's 5 team fouls now against the Indians. Carpenter will bring it in from underneath his own basket. Get it into Stocking. Takes a pretty good body check.
And another one. Yeah, they're going to call that one. I'm surprised they didn't call the first one, then they got Tyler on the second one. 6 to 2 fouls. So
we went to the Utah State hockey game the other night, and I saw Les hitting over there.
Yeah. Go to a fight and a hockey game breaks out sometimes.
It was actually a pretty good game. I was impressed. Bring it back over to Stocking. Now back out top to Guzman. Back to Stocking. Inside to Betcher at the free throw line. Turn around 14-foot jumper, no. Hyde's got the rebound, simply just hands it to Ward. And Garrett will bring the dribble up into the front court. Crosses over on Durfee. Over on the left side. Now lost it. Now gets it back. Comes back to Hobson. Back to
nice move.
Nice move. Is laying it up and in is Parker.
Ty Hyde draws so much attention that Tyler Parker can just do that. He can do that. And that was great.
5-point lead for the Indians. 4:15 to play in the first half. Guzman looks down inside. They kick it back out. 3-pointer from Durfee. No. As the good position inside by Carpenter to take the rebound away. Durfee has it again. Intercepted by Dunn. Here comes Scotty one-on-one against Chandler. That's no good.
Wow.
Boxed around a little bit and ends up back in the hands of Guzman. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, Scotty had the big guy and then probably should have pulled it out, waited for his team.
Guzman drives, pulls up 15-foot jumper. No. Stocking has it again inside down in the paint. Tried to make the perfect pass instead of taking the shot.
Yeah.
Betcher couldn't get the ball and went out of bounds.
It's funny how often you see teams in an unselfish way try to make that extra pass and it doesn't work out for them.
Timeout of the floor called by Minico. We'll take a break here as well. Back after this 30-second timeout on mylocalradio.com. Welcome back. Dan Hubbard and Ron Smaley with you tonight from here at Minico. Indians lead by 8, 3.5 to play here in the first half. Ward into the front court, gives it to Dunn. Look down low. Dunn drives all the way, can't get the layup to go down. Scotty comes back in from out of bounds. It's Parker reverse layup, no good, and Matson has the rebound.
Good hustle there by Tyler to get that shot off. Oh, nice steal by Hyde.
Nice hands by Ty, gives it to Hobson. Cooper driving all the way, lays it down low to Ward. Probably should pull it back out. Nope, gives it to Ty, lay it up, and he's fouled.
Great job there. I was a little worried about an offensive foul getting called, but Ty kept his composure and went in and have a chance to make 2 foul shots.
Philip Betcher called for the foul. That's his first. Only the third, however, on Minico as a team. Ty's going to go back to the line to shoot 2, where he made 1 out of 2 earlier tonight. First one by Ty is too long. Chandler comes back into the game. Ball comes back into the game. Guzman and Stocking both leave. Even though Ty's coming off his worst scoring game of the year, he's still averaging about 16.5 points a game and has his another one here.
29-23 for Preston, their biggest lead of the game, I think, Dan, a 6-point lead.
I believe so.
Right?
Yep. And Ty has 14 here in the first half. Carpenter. Madsen from the left corner. No good. Rebounds off to Hobson. Defenders are back. Cooper going to bounce the ball down low anyway. Kick it back out to Ward. Garrett right down the middle. Kick it in the corner. Done. And the bounce pass goes right through his hand.
Yeah, it was just a little fast right at Scott's legs. And
you know, not everything has to be a bounce pass.
No.
It's okay. No. It's okay to throw a good, nice, solid 2-hand snap pass off the chest as well.
Back like in the old days when you and I learned the game, they don't even do that anymore, do they?
I don't know
Elbows
why.
out or thumbs out. I mean, thumbs out.
Thumbs behind the ball. That's where the power comes from.
Yep.
Carpenter down low, turning is Chandler in a crowd. Can't get a shot. Hyde has the rebound.
Gutsy on Chandler to take that up.
I've had that discussion a couple of times with Coach Kimber Hall. The girls' team does the same thing. Ty tries to put it on the floor. Quick hands by Ball, takes it away.
You got to watch those little guys doing that.
That's right. Chandler driving. Now runs into Hyde. Wow. Has nothing to do with the ball. Kicks it back out to Carpenter. Top of the key. Goes back there to Madsen. Madsen's shot is an air ball taken away by Hobson. Cooper gets it back from Ward, brings it back across the timeline.
Oh, there's a reach.
Chandler comes up. As
they're all over him.
Now the game's starting to get a little physical here in the last 2 minutes.
Yep.
As Minico only has 14 fouls in the first half. Actually made it 3.
Mercy.
There's a blocking foul.
Yeah,
finally
they got
called
it
something against Chandler.
Yeah.
That's his first.
Yep.
Team's 5th.
Cooper was smart there to take him to the basket to draw that. So Preston will inbounds it.
They'll set up in a box. They will crisscross. Parker comes to the ball, but he couldn't reach the ball. Taken by Carpenter.
Oh.
And probably a good play.
Yeah, but how does the ref know he fouled him? He was clear behind him. It looked like Tyler reached in and grabbed the ball, but
Parker get called for the foul. He stripped it away from Carpenter, who's now going to go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Guzman comes back onto the floor. So here's 1-and-1 for Kaysen Carpenter. Had a tough night the other night against Highland.
Kaysen did?
Yeah, that was a tough game really for Minico. They trailed most of the game, hit a big shot late, ended up winning by 3.
Was that here in Pocatello?
That was in Pocatello.
Oh. Okay.
Kaysen makes the first, and the second one rolls in and out. So Kaysen with only 3 points here in the first half. 1:20 to play in the first half now as it comes to Parker. Parker hands it to Hobson, dropped it, now he's going to go chase it over in front of the bench. Double teamed along the sideline, so Hyde pops out to provide some relief. Hand it to Ward, who hands it to Hobson. Cooper's going to pull up for a 3, no good. Rebound inside, taken down by the big man, Madsen. Hands it to Chandler up into the front court. 1 minute to play here in the half. Guzman from 15, in, out, stays out. Parker has the rebound. Quickly to Hobson, ahead to Hyde.
Come on.
The ball hit Ty on the foot and went out of bounds.
We just need to just kind of calm down there and try to get one last shot. We're up 5.
That's asking that big 6'6" guy to be like a shortstop on the move with one hand. That's a tough play.
Yep.
End up hitting him on the foot and went out of bounds.
Yep.
40 seconds to play in the half. Preston still up by 5. Ball dribbles behind the back, goes around the screen, pick and roll. Ball
That's
keeps
going to
it.
be our ball.
Yes, indeed.
Now let's play for one last shot here.
Ball got it up on his hip and couldn't control it. Luke Smaley's going to come back in for Garrett Ward with 32.5 left. And you're right, the Indians should hold on to it.
Yeah.
See if they can get the last shot and take at least a 5-point lead into the halftime locker room.
Yep.
Of course, you remember the game at home against Minico was that night that Luke hit that shot at the halftime buzzer.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
55.
three-quarter. Yeah, that was nice.
Luke dribbles there against Chandler, and
they got
Chandler holds him.
Yeah. Yep, they got him.
It's just now 5 fouls, but more importantly, it's 2 on Chandler.
Yeah, and that's good.
And they can reset the offense here with 17 seconds left. Now Guzman comes over to guard the inbound pass. Comes into Hyde, gives it back to Smaley. Clock runs 13, 12, 11. Smaley comes around the screen set by Hyde. Hyde rolls to the basket. Luke goes down the baseline, kicks it back. Parker from the free throw line is good. There's 2.5 seconds left, and that's the way the half will end.
Good job, Preston.
Riley Parker hits the 15-foot jumper to get his first 2 points of the half. And as we go to the halftime break, it's Preston 31, Minico 24. As a good half here in the first half tonight for the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk about it right after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need.
I got a call
like
today
on
the way
Facebook
over here.
Visit mylocalradio.com
The people who are set up behind us at Jerome doing their video feed.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay grain to market.
So they can watch us.
To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
There were a lot of times when Burley would just have us do their
70
things.
years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
We welcome you back here at halftime. Preston leading 31-24 over the Minico Spartans. Need to say hi to a couple of people. Want to say hi to Kimber and Andrew Walker. They're watching tonight in Pinedale, Wyoming. Happy birthday to Brody and Tate as well. And a big hello to Mary Kay Gara watching tonight in McCall, Idaho. Thanks for watching. Ron, good first half tonight for the Indians. They go off with a 6-point lead.
I think Preston's got to be pleased. I mean, they came out with good energy. Ty Hyde has been really big. We had some good passes. I thought it was really key that when Smaley went out with his second foul, that Garrett Ward came in and did a good job, and Cooper Hobson kind of took over the ball handling duties, and that was a key point of the game. And we've held Minico to some not good looks. They've had a couple of ones, but they're not an inside team. They tend to stick to the perimeter. And so you got to be pleased if you're a Preston fan so far.
Kobe Madsen had 11 in the first half. I was surprised they took him out as long as he did. He didn't have any fouls.
Yeah. Well, he just probably needed a little rest. But, I think Preston will come out and some of the same things that they've been trying to do. Ty Hyde have, one foul or zero? Do we know? One. You go back into him quite a bit. He's been excellent tonight on the putbacks and being real active around the board. We've had some really good dribble drives and some passes. At the end, Smaley penetrates, kicks it back to Parker.
Right.
Been some good assists in this game, and that's why we're up 6.
They have, seems like at least they've worked on and corrected everything that was wrong the other night at Century.
Yep. So some good things so far.
Take a timeout. When we come back, we'll look at the score sheet from the first half. We'll do that as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Welcome back. Time to look at the scoring from the first half of tonight's game. First, an update from the Spectrum as Utah State leading San Jose State in the second half, 63-41. Scoring in the first half tonight for Minico, A.B. Guzman had 5. Dylan Ball with 2. Kason Carpenter had 3. Kobe Matson had 11 in the first half. Rylan Chandler with 2. Philip Butcher had 2 as well. As for a team, Minico was 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. For the Indians, Ty Hyde leading all scorers in the first half with 14. Cooper Hobson had 5. Scott Dunn with 4. Luke Smaley had 2. Garrett Ward with 2. Riley Parker with 2. And Tyler Parker also with 2. And in the first half, the Indians were 4 out of 6 tonight from the free throw line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center. At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in your game, back out to work, and back on your feet and back to a normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medical and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you a treatment plan designed to get you back on your feet. So give them a call today. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet. Second half just around the corner. Back after this 1-minute timeout on mylocalradio.com.
West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Well, we get ready to start the second half. Ron, what do you look for? Just more of the same, status quo?
I think it's even more important for Preston to start the second half out strong, too. I mean, this is, we're in their environment, and they're down 7. They're going to come out. I mean, this is, I think the start of this second half is huge. If Preston can come out strong and maintain their lead into the third quarter, it'll be a huge, huge advantage for us.
It'll be difficult, but if they can take the crowd out of the game, well, that's going to be a giant step in the right direction.
Yeah, and the only way to do that is just to really come out and hit your shots and hustle and make some good defensive plays and, do those things that keep the crowd out of it.
As the ball's going to belong to the Indians to start the second half, leading by 7, 31-24. Get it into the backcourt as they give it to Luke. Luke up into the front court. Being guarded there by Chandler. Chandler with 2 fouls tonight. Bounce it down low on the block to Hyde. Ty turns a couple of different times. Now he's going to go right, and he's fouled right away by Matson.
Good job. How many's that on Matson?
Just 1.
That's 1 on Matson. Great job by Ty there to not panic, use his pivot foot, get position, and draw the foul.
Just keep working.
Yeah.
That's all he did.
Yeah.
He's going to go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. He shot 4 in the first half and made 2 out of those 4. And gets a couple of more here, just 15 seconds into the second half, and makes the first.
Good job. We need every foul shot we can get tonight.
Coming up tomorrow night at 7 at Preston Gym, the girls open up the district tournament. They will play host to Jerome tomorrow night. So come out and join us.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be Preston's ball.
That's off of Matson and out of bounds.
So who do they play tomorrow night?
They play Jerome tomorrow night.
Okay.
7 o'clock here on mylocalradio.com and also on FM 105.5 and AM 1340. But certainly come out and join us in person. Bounce pass inside to High, lay it up and in.
Ty was so open he didn't know what to do. He turned around and saw the basket. Good job to give Preston a 10-point lead.
Ty now with 17. Guzman holds on to it, gives it to Matson. Matson will give it back to Chandler. Back over to A.B. Guzman. Driving, kick it off in the corner. 3-pointer for Chandler. No good, whistle inside. If you're going to say it's going to be on blue ball, is this going to be on Matson? Yes, it is.
I think it's on Matson pushing off. So like we talked about, Minico is a perimeter-based team, and so we've got to continue to guard the perimeter and force them to try to go inside, which they don't want to do. They like to drive and kick it out, so we got to stay on them.
Coach Shippen would say he was boxing out, but unfortunately Madsen was behind Ty and drug him down. Good hands, ball taken away by Chandler. Here comes the offense, lay it up and missed it. Rebound put back is by Carpenter. The blown layup was originally by Madsen.
Nice job. Great pass by Luke and a good finish by Scott.
Scott Dunn quickly down the other end. Picks up 2. Back to the 10-point lead again. Is Dunny now with 6 points in the game. Carpenter. Top elbow goes to Madsen. Now give it back to Carpenter. Snap pass it over in the corner as it goes over there to Chandler. Can't get a shot. Now back to Carpenter, top of the key. Tries to drive. Pull up, 14-foot jumper off balance is no good. Ty steps in front of Madsen, takes the rebound away. Up in the front court to Dunn. Now back to Smaley again. They'll set up the offense. 6:20 to play here in quarter number 3. Preston's extended the lead out to 10 here in quarter number 3. Luke tries to cross over, lost it, had it taken away, then gets it back. Inside it goes to Hyde, little shimmy shake, and he's fouled from behind on Carpenter.
Minico's going to say he traveled, and he almost did, but they pushed him before that. But Ty Hyde's doing a really good job to pivot tonight and draw fouls.
That's 1 on Carpenter and 3 quickly in the first 2 minutes of the quarter against Minico. Smaley will bring it in from underneath his own basket. In the corner to Hobson, sets up for a 3, no good. Tapped inside, it comes to Dunn, gives it back to Smaley, down low to Parker, give it back to Hyde, goes to the basket, has it blocked by Stocking, picked up there by Guzman, who runs it up into the front court. Defenders are back, so he slows the ball down, gives it to Stocking, drives, goes around Hyde from the left block is good.
Important for Preston here to kind of control the tempo and not let them have the momentum here.
First 2 points of the game for Connor Stocking. Down in the corner.
Oh, there's a shove on. Yeah, they got him. That's on Carpenter. That'll be his 3rd.
That's on Madsen, you mean?
Or Madsen, sorry.
And that's going to be 3 on him.
Yeah, right in front of the ref. He had to call it. Yep. That's big right there, Dan. That's big.
Both in the second half of the game at Preston, that 4 overtime game, he and Ty got very physical with each other.
Yeah, yep. Got to move around. Move.
Can we come to the ball? Got to get it in. Comes out to Hobson all the way out near the timeline. Give it back to Luke. Bounce it off. Give it to Parker straight away. Trying to get inside as they get it to Luke, and Luke's shoved from behind. That's going to be 3 on Chandler.
Yeah, they're pushing him. They're surprised that they're getting foul calls, but you can't push guys. I mean, that's just how it is.
They're trying to play physical, but the refs aren't buying it.
Right.
That's 5 team fouls, 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the second half. Inside it goes to Parker, off the glass, left, right hand. Wow. Is good.
We like that. Great job. Timeout.
Timeout called by Preston. We'll sneak one in here as well. Back after this 30-second timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Conditions and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Motor Company. That's your place to go when you're in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Dodge truck. Why? Simple. They make you feel like you're at home sweet home. That's because they treat you right and they give you the best deal they possibly can. If you call Cache Valley home, stop by West Motor Company and welcome home. 10-point lead for the Indians. 5:16 to play in the third. 38-28. And fouls now starting to pick up against Minico. A dangerous pass to get it inside to Betcher. Betcher wants to turn, can't, against Hyde. Kicks it off to Guzman. Guzman now drives down the middle, goes around Ty, no good. Hyde had the rebound and looked away at the last second and dropped it out of bounds.
Had it right in his hands and just I think he tried to pass it before he got the ball. He was looking for the outlet. So
it's one of those plays that as a quarterback, Ty would look at his receiver and go, come on, help me out here. Lob it in because it comes into Stocking, and he'll hand it to Guzman. Guzman, crossover dribble, goes to Carpenter over on the left side. That's no good. Rebound hard, comes off to Dunn, hands it to Smaley, runs the dribble back up into the front court.
Coach Jones signaling to kind of slow it down and run a little play here.
Bounce it down low on the block to Hyde.
Give
it off to Parker. Nice job.
See the attention Ty draws. They're just Tyler Parker and Riley Parker are going to be all alone. And Ty's doing a good job to find them.
In the first half, Madsen sat on the bench with no fouls. Here in the third quarter, he's sitting there with 3. Carpenter forces a 3. That's no good. Taken by Smaley. Behind the back dribble all the way. Now he'll pull it back out. Tries to give it to Hyde. Stocking read it and intercepted it. Here comes Connor. All the way, lay it up and in.
We've got to take good care of the ball and don't give them a chance to get any momentum back.
Back to a 10-point lead again, 40-30, halfway through the third. Get it up to Hyde.
Nice.
Backdoor pass again to Parker, lay it in.
Boy, that's working good right now. Keep going to that well.
They got Betcher trying to guard Hyde, and he can't do it. Comes back to Betcher just outside the arc. To Guzman. Guzman drives, goes behind the back, then he goes around Parker, lay it in. That's a sweet move.
Yeah, it was a nice move. 10-point game, 42-32.
Luke back up into the front court. They slow it down again. Coach Jones says we're going to run the one thumb up play and offensive foul.
Yeah, they're going to call. That's a call at home you don't get, but on the road they'll call that. He just kind of pushed into him a little bit, Dan, and they're going to call that on the road every time.
Illegal screen called against Riley Parker, just his first team foul of the half against the Indians with 3:15 to play here in quarter number 3.
It's a real crucial time of the game right now. 3 minutes to go in the third, up 10. This is real. Preston's got to be careful here.
Guzman up into the front court. Crosses over on Smaley, tries to drive and a foul inside. They're going to call that on Luke, I think, with a reach.
It was on Ty, but they're going to call it on Luke, but it wasn't on him, it was on Ty. But again, they're trying to, anyway.
That's 3 on Luke.
Yep.
So here's Guzman at the line now to shoot 2. AB with his first 2 of the night makes the first. Had 17 the other night against Highland and a dozen in that game back at Preston a couple of weeks ago. Dakota Durfee comes in to replace Kason Carpenter. So you got both Carpenter and Madsen on the bench.
Yep.
Guzman makes them both. Gives him 9 in the game. Full court pressure put on here by the Spartans. They break it fairly easily. As Ward hangs on to it, Smaley on the bench with 3 fouls. Give it back to Hyde from the left elbow. In, out, stays out. Rebound taken away as it's Durfee pulls down the rebound. He'll push up into the front court. Comes down the middle. He'll give it off. Stocking for 3. Good.
Well, that's the exact thing we don't want to have happen is those threes. We can't leave anybody alone.
Down to a 5-point game, 42-37, 2.5 to play. Parker almost travel, reverse layup, no. Hyde had it, boxes it around, puts it back up, no. Stocking with the rebound, backs it up in the air. Staved finally in the corner by Durfee, and here come the Spartans again. They can cut it down even more. They've cut it in half here in the last minute and a half. And a foul again on the drive.
Guzman is doing a good job being aggressive, going to the basket. That's the difference right now.
Foul's going to go against Garrett. That's 2 on Ward. And now Guzman back to the free throw line.
No, he wasn't shooting. It was on the drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Stocking will bring it in from underneath his own basket. Gets it into Guzman. 2:05 to play in the quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. It's 42-37, Indians on top. They led by 7 at halftime. Inside, Turning there is Betcher, doesn't shoot. In the corner it goes to Ball. He drives down the baseline, runs into Hyde, and then a jump ball. It's going to stay with Minico.
Well, it was a good play by Preston. I was afraid when Ty put his hands down they were going to call foul, but he got all ball.
Would you expect anything less? A 5-point game from the number 1 and number 2 scoring teams in the conference? Not at all.
No, you don't.
Guzman for 3.
Yeah, that's their only thing. That's all they got are 3, so we just cannot leave them open.
Timeout, Preston.
Yep.
1:43 to play in the quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. Back right after this on mylocalradio.com.
That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Spartans have cut the lead down 42-40. 2-point lead for Preston with 1:40 to play in the quarter. They have not taken the crowd out of the game. Here comes Ty. Little backdoor pass goes to Parker. Had it stripped away. Put it back up. No good. As it's Stocking to pull down the rebound. Remember, they're making this run with Carpenter and Matson sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and like I said, that when we were up 10 with 3 minutes to go, how crucial it was, and that's a 8-0 run for Minico.
Comes to Durfee. Doesn't get a shot. Swing it all the way back around on the left side. It goes to Ball. Down in the corner to Stocking. Skip pass back over to Durfee. Steps in front is Parker, and he's called for a foul. All of a sudden, all the fouls now, as we somewhat expected, are going to be called against Preston here.
Yeah. Well, when it was 5-0, the refs had to start calling someone.
We've seen it before, i.e. Twin Falls.
Yep, exactly.
As the inbounds pass is sloppy, taken away by Parker. Driving all the way, and he's held.
Good job by Tyler to get that still and take off with the ball.
A.B. Guzman called for the foul, his first, but now the Spartans are out of fouls for the rest of regulation.
It'd be real big to get a bucket here for Preston. They need one. Get it in.
Get it into Ty, nobody looking at him.
There you go. Yeah, imagine that. No one looking at him.
Betcher looking completely the other way.
Wow.
Ty with 19. Back to a 4-point lead. We're inside a minute to play in the quarter. 45 seconds to play. Comes to Guzman. Comes around the screen. In the corner goes to Durfee. No shot there. Back to Guzman. Guzman will slow it down again. Now it looks like they'll try to just set up and take the last shot.
Yeah.
And try to run out 35 seconds on the clock. Durfee back in the corner to Ball. Look out. Parker almost got a hand on it. Back to Guzman. Sloppy pass. Guzman dribbles out of the corner with 23 seconds to play.
Stay on AB. He's the one they want to get a shot for here on a 3.
Guzman way out near the timeline. Now holds up a finger. Clock down to 14 seconds to play. You can see it up in the corner of your screen. 12, 11, 10, 9. They're gonna wait too long. 7, 6, 5, 4. Ball in the corner. Gets a forced 3 from the corner.
Oh, that's a jump
ball. It
ball.
gets stuck, and that's a jump ball. It'll go to Preston.
With .3, we'll just have to inbound it. Yep.
Alternating possession rule. They're going to put 1.3 back on the clock.
Yeah.
I want to just remind you of something. Remember what was on the clock when Luke made that long 3-point basket?
1.7.
1.7.
Yeah,
and they complained that the clock didn't start on time. Was what that big discussion was for.
But the point is he got it off long before 1.6. He just caught dribble, shoot. You can do that easy in 1.7.
Get it into Ty, taken away, force it. No, won't count.
They probably should have called a foul, but they didn't.
Think they
Ty's
would have.
Like, where's the foul?
As Betcher came in to take the ball away, we're done with 3 quarters. Done with 3. Preston leads by 4. 44-40. Back with more. Back to the 4th quarter. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. After this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
We'll go to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Preston was outscored in the quarter by 3 points, but they have a 4-point lead as we start the fourth here tonight. Dan Hubbard along Smaley from Minico. Glad to have you along with us. Guzman gives it over back to Chandler, back in the game. The two big guys remain on the bench in their foul trouble. Guzman drive.
Nice block.
Blocked by Ty. Saved on the floor. Controlled by Smaley. Here come the Indians. 4-on-2. Parker all the way to the basket.
Great job. Great pass and great finish.
Lee goes up by 6. Matson stands up, comes to the scorer's table. He'll check in the next dead ball. Guzman dribbles straight out. Gives it off to Betcher. Betcher back to Stocking. Now it goes to Dakota Durfee. Now back to Guzman in the corner. No shot there. Nope, it dribbles around.
Traveled.
Rounds a man.
Oh, he walked. He stopped and then jumped his 2 feet forward right in front of the ref.
Instead, it's going to be a foul.
Wow. I don't know how he missed that. Did you see that too?
Yeah.
He stopped and then 2 stepped forward without dribbling. Yep.
So here's Chandler at the line.
How many fouls on Hyde did you say?
That's 2 on Ty.
Okay, that's important to keep him down there. Now, if I'm Preston right now, I go right at Matson. I just take Ty and just say, you just back him in.
Take the ball inside.
Yep, because he's not going to want to pick up his 4th right now.
Chandler makes them both. He has 4 points, all from the free throw line tonight. And it's back to a 4-point game again, 46-42. Here comes Hyde. Pulls up, gives it off. Comes back to Smaley now, top of the key as Luke sets up the offense. Back to Hyde at the
Take it
left elbow. In the corner, it goes to Hobson. Down on the baseline.
Get in.
Parker can't get a shot, gives it back to Hobson. Back to Parker again. Drives, baseline, lay it up and in.
Great job by Tyler to recognize the baseline was open.
Matson had to respect him, too, because he doesn't want to risk it in that 4th foul. Here comes Guzman. Back in the corner, back to Stocking for 3. Good.
You wouldn't expect anything other than that.
Stocking's got 10. The lead is 3. Here comes Hobson all the way. This layup no good. Got his own rebound. Just tried to flip it to Ward. It's taken away. Here comes the Spartans 2-on-2. Chandler. No good inside.
Great rebound by Hobson.
The rebound.
Great tough rebound right there by Hobson.
Carpenter and Madsen now back in, so the 2 bigs are in as we go into the 6-minute mark. 3-point lead for Preston on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 48-45. Hobson drives, goes up against Madsen, knocked out of bounds.
I don't know what the rush is. We're up 3. Let's take our time and get the defense moving.
Scott Dunn comes back on the floor. Garrett Ward will leave. As it comes to Parker, gets a man up in the air, no good. Smaley has it down low, very alertly pulls it back out, but now we'll pop a 3. And a foul by Matson.
There we go, that's big, that's 4.
It'll be a 3-shot foul and number 4 on Matson.
Yep, and he'll have to come out of the game. I think they'll take him out.
Cooper's going to shoot 3.
It's actually Smaley.
Oh, Smaley, I should say, is going to shoot 3.
Yep.
So I was looking down. I just happened to hear the PA announcer say Cooper, which was my mistake. Not sure if first one is good. I'm not sure if Matson has sweet-talked the coach to stay into the game as he's now back on the key.
He probably just said, I'm not going to foul again. So, but again, if I'm Preston, I go right at him because he is not going to play much defense.
He has 4. Carpenter has 1. Chandler has 3. That's the foul trouble tonight for Minico. For Preston, Smaley has 3. Tyler Parker has 3. Here comes the 3rd free throw here for Smaley. He's made 1 of the 2, and he ends up making 1 of the 3. Rebound inside goes to Matson. 5.5 to play, 4-point lead. Carpenter straight away, doesn't take the three. Give it to Madsen. Shakes on high, goes around Ty, foul, count it. That's going to be 3 on Ty Hyde now as well.
If Madsen's going to drive in like that, we just need to stand there and try to draw a charge on him.
Madsen tried to complete the three-point play and does. Madsen's got 14.
Whoa, right in the face. Yeah, they got it.
And that's going to be 4 on Chandler.
Well, they've got Chandler and Madsen with 4, right?
Correct.
And how many does Carpenter have?
1.
Okay.
And that's 8 team fouls against.
So Scotty will go 1 and 1.
So Scotty's going to go 1 and 1. That foul against Hyde a moment ago, not only his 3rd, but the 6th team foul against Preston, so both sides are out of fouls.
Yep.
So here's Dunn to shoot 1 and 1.
Great job, Scotty.
His first free throw of the night is good. Scott now with 7. And will look to make it 8 and extend the lead back out. 50 to 48. Makes them both.
Way to go, Scott. We needed that after Smaley missed 2. Scott comes and makes 2 of them.
So back to a 3-point lead again for the Indians. 5:10 to play. Guzman, backdoor as the layup scored by Carpenter.
That was a nice backdoor play they had right there, setting us up.
5 minutes to play on the clock here in the fourth quarter as Dunn
gets
knocked
tackled.
Down.
Yeah.
That's going to be on
Carpenter.
That's 2.
Yep.
And Scott Dunn's going to go back to shoot another 1 and 1.
Again, you know, with Madsen and Chandler with 4 fouls, I really think Preston needs to focus on that and try to take them out of the game.
So here's 1 and 1 again for Dunn. Just made 2 a moment ago. As Scott missed the first, and that's going to be over the back on Ty.
That's 4. Got to be careful. Yeah, that's big right there. And he's going to have to come out. So, yep.
That's 7 fouls on the team. That'll be 1 and 1 here for Madsen to try to give his team a lead. Riley Parker comes back in to take over for Ty in the middle. So that's going to be a big advantage here for Madsen.
Yep.
Riley only has 1 foul, so he has some fouls to give, as the first one by Madsen is good.
That ties the game at 51. Just under 5 minutes to go, so this is going to be fun.
Made them both.
Take the lead.
That's 16 tonight for Madsen. And here in the fourth, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, it's a 1-point Spartan lead. Smaley bounces it into Hobson at the elbow, backs in, shoots over Guzman, needs a bounce several times, won't get it. Madsen has the rebound, gives it off to Guzman. He'll push it up into the front court. Get it off to Stocking, who looked at the 3, didn't take it. Swing it over in front of the bench. That goes to Carpenter. His 3 needs a bounce and won't get it. Here comes Smaley again the other way quickly. Luke kicks it off in the corner to Dunn. Doesn't take the 3 from there. Kick it back out to Luke again as Carpenter follows him back outside. Luke now will put the ball on the floor and back the ball back out. 4:10 to play in the fourth. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Preston trailing by a point, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Stocking.
Yeah, Luke did a good job to draw the foul by not pushing into him more.
And 1 and 1 coming up for Luke.
Well, I guess this is the kind of game we all expected, so tighten your seatbelt.
More than the game that we got down in Preston.
Yep.
As Luke makes the first. In the sense that the centers, the big men in the middle, didn't figure into the game at all.
Well, and they both have 4 fouls right now.
They do, and they're both leading their teams in scoring.
Yep.
Ty has 19, Kobe has 16. Luke misses the second. We're tied at 52, and a foul on
Tyler. Yeah, the refs are just kind of calling a lot of little ticky-tack stuff like that tonight.
That's 4 now on Tyler Parker.
Yep.
Send Madsen back to the line. We'll remind you again that the girls' Lady Indians, as Matson misses the front end, they open tournament action tomorrow night at home against Jerome. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. We'll have it for you with the pregame show starting about 6:50 tomorrow night here on MyLocalRadio.com. Parker down low to Smaley. Bounces it back to Parker. Give and go. Won't go down for him. Smaley's got the rebound. Goes right back up. And offense.
Of course. That's the call you don't get here. Preston, that's a blocking foul. But that comes with the territory. When you're on the road, they're gonna do that. Could go either way. So
that's 4 on Luke.
Yeah. Preston needs to tighten it up here. That's a big call too, because that's an and one situation.
Chandler comes out with his 4 fouls. Ball back into the game. Tied at 52, 3:42 to play. Guzman brings the ball up into the front court. Comes to Matson. Turns.
Take a foul.
Wants to go on Parker as his shot can be too strong. The rebound is inside. Well, where's the over the back on that?
Ridiculous.
And now they're going to give it back to the
Spartans. Over the back. They're out of bounds with the ball. Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it was fairly obvious that Matson was the last one to touch the ball trying to save it, and they give it to him anyway.
It's just kind of typical sometimes up here. We got to fight through it, though.
Carpenter back to Matson. Matson holding. Now wants to drive on Parker, kick it back to Carpenter. Now he drives, lay it back to Matson, put it up and in. 18 points for Matson, 2-point lead here for Minico. 3:05 to play.
I was just going to say it's about time for Ty's got to go in.
Smaley with a drive, ties the game. Ty back in. Garrett Ward's going to come back in as we go under the 3-minute mark remaining here in the fourth. Guzman back to Carpenter. Carpenter terminates the dribble, goes over in the corner to Guzman. Can't get a shot, so he'll give it back to Matson. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line is good.
He's got a silky smooth jump shot. That was nice.
He's got 20 tonight. Timeout, Preston. Preston will take a timeout. We'll keep it here for a minute and remind you that our friends at Webb Funeral Home have been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need since 1925. When you need their professional, understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91, just south of the Preston city limit. Their doors have been open for your questions and concern. They're open any time. That's Webb Funeral Home, again, serving the residents of Franklin County since 1925. 2:43 left. 2-point lead for Minico. Possession arrow is in the direction of Preston.
This is a foul situation with Hyde and Smaley having 4, and Matson and it's a Chandler also has. 4, I don't know how many Guzman has.
Guzman has 1.
Yeah, so
Carpenter has 2.
This will be interesting to see who wins the foul game here.
They bring it in all the way in the backcourt. It comes to Smaley with Durfee hot on his trail. Luke back over the timeline, gives it to Ward, looks inside to Ty. Ty's going to work there on Betcher. Now kick it back over to Dunn. Doesn't take the 3. Instead, he'll drive all the way, lay it in.
Good job by Dunn to realize the open lane and take the easier shot. Great job, Scotty.
Tied at 56. 2:10 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Durfee. Betcher straight away. Looking for somebody to give it to, and now a timeout call again. As this one will be taken by Minico, as the Spartans take a timeout. And we'll take one here as well. No, we'll keep it here. Just a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, yep. So interesting that Minico took Matson out that last series to not pick up his 5th foul, and now they've subbed him back in on offense.
Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market and True Value, not an ordinary grocery store in Preston. They see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, the freshest produce, and the best bakery items around. Stop by today at 217 South State Street, right in the city of Preston.
What a fun game.
2 minutes to play.
Yep, 2 minutes. Ooh, they just about had 6 on the floor.
Guzman leaves. Chandler back in with his 4 fouls. It comes to Madsen. Back out top to Stocking. Back to Madsen in the key. Going to turn on Ty to try to get him out of there. Bank shot is good.
That's the same thing I do against him down here right now. I'd give the ball to Ty and see if he can draw his 5th foul.
Force it inside until one of the big men gets a foul.
Yep.
Well, these guys, it shouldn't take long.
There it is.
There it is, down to Hyde on the block. Kick it back out to Hobson. Lines up a 3. Short. Rebound comes off the ball in the corner. He's double teamed in the corner. Finally able to dribble it out and gives it off to Chandler. Chandler up into the front court. Gives it to Carpenter right in front of his own bench. Excuse me. To Madsen. Out now outside the arc. He'll give it back to Chandler. 1:10 to play. Backdoor pass back to Chandler. Lay it up. Missed the layup.
Get the ball.
Rebound comes off to Hyde.
Hey, one shot here, huh? Oh, no, we got to tie it first.
2-point game. 1 minute to play.
Let's go. Let's work that in.
Luke holds his hand up. Comes around the screen. Set by Hyde. Pick and roll. Luke all the way. High off the glass. No. Ty almost drew his 5th foul as it's taken down by Stocking. Up into the front court. Driving is Madsen off the glass. No. Dunn has the rebound with 38 seconds to play. Timeout Preston.
Minico's coach is mad because he knew they didn't have to shoot there. So you just hold on to the ball. Yep.
And he's reminding Madsen of that fact right now, that you didn't have to shoot.
Yep.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one here as well. Back in 30 seconds on mylocalradio.com.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Preston trailing by 2, 58-56. Less than a minute to play here in the 4th quarter. As both teams come back out. 35 and a half to play in the quarter. Full court pressure. They're going to bring Madsen up to guard the inbound pass as Ward gets it into Hyde in the front court. Quickly to Smaley. Luke drives, lay it off to Dunn, lay it up and in. We're tied with 29 seconds to play.
Okay, got to play good defense here now. Force them into a bad shot. They're a 3-point shooting team, but I got to think they're going to try to work it in for an easier one.
Down to 20, 19, 17. Could it be we're going to go overtime again? 13 on the clock. Chandler holds down to 10. Ooh, almost traveled.
Double dribbled, it looked like to me.
Here's Guzman driving, almost lost it, gives it back to Stocking. Too long. Long rebound comes off. No shot, and we're going to overtime.
Here we go again.
Tied at 58. We go to overtime again.
Would we expect anything less?
No, not at all. Take a timeout. Back with the first overtime after this on mylocalradio.com.
To shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
We'll start the overtime session with a jump ball at center court. Just like you start the game, as this one's going to be controlled by Madsen. Remember, everything carries over into the overtime, so all the fouls against the centers. That's 4 against each of the 2 big men in the middle. Here comes Guzman all the way. Off the glass, no, as the putback is no good. Dunn snatches it out of midair.
Uh-oh.
And I tell you what, Madsen got an elbow or something right in the face.
Got to take it out the hoop, though.
Here comes Hyde as he goes over Stocking for the bucket.
Yep.
21 for Ty is a 2-point lead here in the fourth.
Good recognition by Ty to go.
Madsen's bleeding, has got to come out.
Yep.
As the outside official finally saw it, and now Madsen complaining that he should have been fouled.
Yeah,
but it's incidental contact in the crowd as he tried to crash the basket.
Yeah, it was incidental. It wasn't anything on purpose. It's contact of the game. But he has to come out for just one time.
He's got to come out until they control the bleeding.
Yeah, yep.
As this will come back into Chandler. Chandler, top of the key, gives it off to Carpenter. Back out top, it goes back to Stocking.
Got to guard the 3. That's what they're going to look for, Dan.
Back to Chandler, who almost lost it. Dribbles again. Spins in the paint. Tries to give it to somebody, but instead he threw it away. Picked up by Smaley. Here comes Luke all the way up against Stocking. Lays it in.
Okay, that's a 4-point lead now. Preston just has to continue with good defense.
3 minutes to play here in the overtime. Guzman. Waiting for a cutter. Finally, Carpenter comes all the way around to the other side. Drives down the middle, kick it back to Guzman. Looks at a 3, good.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. We can't leave him. Luke just needs to stay on him.
Guzman's got 15. It's a 1-point Preston lead. 62-61, 2.5 to play. Lob it inside as it goes to Hyde. Foul from behind by Stocking.
Yep, so that'll give Ty 2 foul shots here.
And the double bonus gives Ty 2. You remember, in the fourth overtime back in Preston, it was the free throw shooting that made the difference. Preston made 10 out of 12 from the free throw line in the quarter.
Yep, that's right.
Madsen back out with a roll of gauze jammed in his nose to try to control the bleeding. And he'll check back in. First one by High stays out.
Wow. So huge, those foul shots.
Madsen's going to come back in. Betcher's going to leave. Here's Ty. Second one short.
That's too bad.
Chandler's got the rebound as he missed them both. 1-point game, 62-61. Chandler holds a fist in the air and says we're going to run the zero play. Chandler all the way, kicks it off in the corner. Back to Madsen, free throw line. 15-foot jumper's horrible. As that ball's loose. Ty sticks his nose in there to get it. Picked up by Hobson.
Good hustle by Preston.
2 minutes to play.
Yeah.
Good hustle by everybody from Preston on the floor to keep that ball loose and keep it alive. Smaley holds on to it. Back inside to Hyde at the left elbow. Turns, can't shoot, gives it to Hobson.
Yeah, just wait for a good shot here. Don't need to force anything. Don't force.
Cooper has it knocked away and out of bounds off the hands of A.B. Guzman.
Yeah, we're up 1. We just want to protect the ball and make them foul us or get a layup out right here, Dan.
1:39 to play here in the first overtime. As Smaley bounces it off of Stocking's back, he did the same thing in Preston on the same play.
The okie dokie. Great court recognition.
You're going to turn your back to the ball, the guy bringing the ball in, you're going to get it played off your rump. 3-point lead again. Guzman. I can't believe that worked twice. Guzman comes over in front of the bench. Back to Stocking. Back to Guzman. Again looks at a three. Lob it inside. Taken away by Smaley. 1:04 to play.
Now, 3-point lead. Protect the ball, Dan. No bad passes. Got to make your foul shots.
Smaley dribbles around the screen, set by Hyde. Timeout called by Preston.
Good job.
Full timeout. We'll keep it here. And it gives us a chance to remind you that tonight's game brought to you by our friends at S&T Electric. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electric should always be your go-to crew. Whether it's new construction or repair work, service or new installation, you know your electrical work will be done right when it's done by S&T Electric. Why? Simple. It's what they do. 64-61. Preston on top. 10 team fouls against Minico, 9 against the Indians. So it doesn't matter. The next foul given by the Indians is going to be in the double bonus anyway.
Exactly. Boy, these last couple of games with Minico have been tough on the old blood pressure, especially for the old man calling the game.
Yeah.
Great games, though. Really good games.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. Remember, Preston has one more home game coming up next week. Burley will be in town. They'll wrap up the season next Friday night, a week from Friday, as they'll be at Pocatello.
One important thing to note is Preston does have possession, which that's
right.
really big in this time of the game. So we've got to get the ball in here.
Madsen guards the inbound pass. Someone's going to have to come to it. It's Luke all the way in the backcourt. They get the ball in. 50 seconds to play. Luke drives, goes around ball. He'll pull it back out. Still gives it to Hobson. Hobson goes back to Luke. Loose.
Timeout.
A timeout called again.
Good.
And they're going to.
No, they got timeout.
They're going to call it a held ball, but it's going to stay with Preston anyway.
Yeah, but that's just too. Luke and Cooper can't. You got to be a lot more careful than that. Spread it out. Yep. But I thought they were going to give Jones the timeout because he called it before the jump ball.
They should have.
Yep.
39 seconds left. Ward going to get it in to Smaley again in the backcourt. Goes around ball, gets it up into the front court, gives it back to Ward. Ward comes around the defense. They're going to come way out now and try to pick up the ball. Back to Smaley and a foul.
They're going to call that.
Ball.
Yeah. Yep.
That's his third, but Luke's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more.
Yeah, that Preston was flirting with the corners and kind of the half court there, so fortunate for Preston, they got a foul call there.
Guzman going to come over to the sideline while Smaley's shooting free throws. Luke tonight is 5 out of 7. Makes the first.
That's good because that's 4-point. That makes it a 2-possession game.
That's a 2-possession game.
Yep.
28 seconds left, 65, 61. Here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
Oh, that one's long.
Yep. As rebound comes off to Madsen.
Okay, no fouls here. You can't foul.
Up to the front court. 22 seconds to play. As he missed the layup. Ward, as Hyde has the rebound. Get taken away by Ward, and he's fouled by Guzman.
Ooh, Preston lucky that Minico didn't get the jump ball there because it looked like Guzman had tied up Ward, but he pushed him first apparently. So Garrett will go to the line now.
Most he can do is still make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, we're at 4 right now, so let's get them both. Get
First
in
one
there.
by Wardy is no good.
Giving them chances. That's 2 foul shots we've missed. Got to get this one.
16.8 left, 4-point lead. So at least at this point, a 3's not going to beat you.
No, get in there. Good. So they're going to come down and launch a quick 3 and then foul us. So don't foul on the 3. Just guard them tight.
Chandler to Guzman. The 3-pointer's going to be short. Taken away by Smaley. Gives it to Hobson and a foul in the backcourt with 6 seconds left.
I'm not going to put it in the refrigerator yet, but I don't do that. But this is good for Preston. Pretty gutsy last overtime there for the Indians.
So for the third time this year, Preston goes to overtime. As Hobson will go to the line. First one is no good.
Dan, is that 4 foul shots? No, Garrett made one, so that's 3 out of 4 we've missed.
Yep. Second one by Hobson.
Wow.
Missed them both.
Wow.
But with 6 seconds left, they got to go the length of the floor, and you still get a shot. Carpenter forces a 3, no good. This one's over.
Woo. Take it and run, Dan.
Preston wins it in overtime. Final score 66-61.
Wow.
You know, I had to think driving over here all afternoon that we were going to have our hands full, and I'm really surprised.
Dan, that's a huge win. For those who've followed Preston High over the last few years and know how hard it is to win in Minico, that's a great, great win.
So Preston knocks off the number 1 seeded team, or I should say the number 1 ranked team in both the coaches and media poll, and they beat Minico, who was first place in the conference as well.
So who knows what the posters are going to do now? That's why none of that stuff matters. You know, it doesn't matter.
Who knows? And I've got to know some of the people back there at Idaho Sports this week, and I tell you what, they have their hands full now. We'll take a timeout back at the post-game show after this as the Indians win it 66-61. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back. Post-game show here from Minico High School. I certainly hope you enjoyed that game. It was only one overtime. We shortchanged you by 3, but certainly not a short change on the excitement level in the game.
It's just such a good job by Preston in overtime. I mean, they did everything you had to do, and hats off to Minico. What a great team. What a great group of competitors on both sides. I mean, for both of these games to go to overtime shows you the talent that's on these teams and the class of the coaches to be friends. And but hats off to Preston. I mean, they stepped up in overtime.
Yep.
There were some kids that made some plays big time that stepped up.
As all the way through the overtime period, Kobe Matson and Ty Hyde both stayed in the game. They didn't foul out.
And that was a miracle of it all. And Luke Smaley had 4 fouls for a better part of the fourth quarter, too, in the overtime. And so, yeah, they did good to do that. But just a quality win by Preston. And it was a well-rounded. Lots of players in the scoring column. Yep. And really a good, solid win for the Indians.
So the Indians win it. They are now 17-2 on the year, 8-2 in conference play. Minico goes to 15-3, and they are also 8-2 in conference play.
And of course, we pick up a tiebreaker with them. We beat them both times.
Yep.
So that has to factor in at some point, I would think.
So absolutely. So an exciting contest. And if you need to stop and check your pulse, we certainly understand, because that's just kind of the way it was. Ron Smaley wanted to jump over the table a couple of times during the overtime period, but I had to reach out and grab him and keep him back here.
Thanks for containing me, Dan.
You're quite welcome.
That's a long ways down there.
But Preston wins it tonight as they win it by the final score of 66-61. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the scoring right after this on mylocalradio.com.
West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
So here's your look at the final scoring in the game tonight. First for Minico. Great game from both sides. Abe Guzman scored 15 in the game. Dylan Ball had 2. Kason Carpenter had 7. Kobe Madsen leads all scorers in the game with 22 points tonight. Raylan Chandler had 4. Philip Betcher with 2. And Connor Stocking had a total of 10 in the game. For the Indians, Ty Hyde, great game inside. Boy, the two big guys really battled inside tonight.
Fun to watch.
Ty finished the game with 21 points tonight. Cooper Hobson with 5. Scott Dunn finished with 12. Luke Smaley had 9. It was Garrett Ward had 3. And both of the Parkers played very well.
Yes.
Riley had 8. Tyler had 6 in the game. And for Preston, well, I'm not sure what they shot free throw. I'd have to add it up. Unfortunately, we had a little issue during the break where I wasn't able to add it up. But for Preston, they win it by the final score of 66-61. Take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap it up, get some final thoughts from Ron right after this on mylocalradio.com.
1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, Preston wins it in overtime. Final score tonight, 66-61. I'm curious what your final thoughts are tonight, Ron, not only as a color man on the broadcast, but as a dad watching.
Well, proud of the kids. I mean, they had to dig deep on the road to win this. And for all Preston Indian fans, there's a lot of people texting me, great win, thanks for broadcasting it. And so, again, a big shout-out to the radio station for the broadcast. I think it's added a great element, and Dan, you do a great job as well. My thoughts are we got 2 games left, but we got to be careful. We got Burley coming into our home court that we can't overlook. Burley's a good team. They've got good shooters. And then we got to go to Pocatello and play in the pit. And we can't overlook any of those. If you lose one of those 2 games, it's just the same as giving this game up.
Yeah,
you fall right back. And so Preston has to stay focused, win those games out. I don't know how all the seeding's going to work and all that, but you got to think we'll be in pretty good shape if we win out.
You were looking at it before we went on the air today, and the point rankings as far as the tournament seedings goes.
Yeah.
Even though we were like half a game back in the standings.
Yeah.
Well, it's still that we were, as far as on a point system, we were still tied with Minico headed into the game tonight. So not only you pick up a point, but you pick up a tiebreaker as well.
And then there's all the 2 points if you beat the East Pod team, and the 2 point if you don't, and all that. And the scheduling gods will work all that out, and the point people. But again, Preston, they did what they had to do tonight. They won. And winning is always good, and we need to keep it going. I can't stress enough how important it is to not overlook Burley and not overlook Pocatello.
Absolutely.
We've had years where we've gone into Pocatello at the end and laid an egg, and we can't do that this year.
Yep, absolutely. Good job tonight. We'll check in with you again later.
Thank you.
That's Ron Smaley with us here on the broadcast. Our next game comes up tomorrow night as the girls open the Great Basin District Tournament. They'll be at home. They'll take on the Jerome Tigers at Preston Gym. Game time there is at 7 o'clock. You can catch the game on a simulcast on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and on mylocalradio.com. That game coming up tomorrow. The next game for the boys is next Wednesday, as they will be at home, as they'll be taking on the Burley Bobcats coming up on next Wednesday. So that'll wrap up tonight's broadcast of Preston Indian basketball. Our executive director of Preston Indians basketball and Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator has been John Beverly. Special thanks to the management team for the boys basketball team for running the camera tonight on our video feed. So until next time, for Ron Smaley, I'm Dan Hubbard, thanking you for joining us, I should say, as it's been quite a night. Remind you the final score, once again in overtime, Preston beats Minico 66-61. Until tomorrow night, we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.